My name is Tugdual. I've been in WDP for 5 or 6 years and 2 years here in the school in Berlin. The full-time program, I focus mainly on Tai Chi and Xingyi. Tai Chi because Tai Chi is really what I wanted to do. This soft movement, this Dong Tai Chi, I find it really nice, beautiful, and so this is why Tai Chi and Xingyi, because it's so complex. It seems simple when you watch it, but it's so hard. Also, it's really hard for me movement-wise, so it makes me work a lot. So I think it's good. From the regular training, I train an extra 3 hours every day. And when I don't understand something, I like to go deeper into it to really try to understand. And those times, I can do the training a little bit how I want it. So if there's certain moves, certain sequences of a form I didn't understand, and I would repeat those. It's tiring in a way, but it's also a way for me to chill, to chill. And I also, this last 6 months, told myself that I would go into this tiredness, see how far I can go with not sleeping a lot and training more. And also getting the more out of the school, out of the training here, because it's my last session, like long session. So I really wanted to get everything from the training and everything from this place. Yeah, and like cultivation-wise, like to not always listen to the body and the body tells you something, you do the opposite, and you see actually how it works. It makes me understand more things about myself and the mind games that our brain has on ourselves, on our behaviors, like beating up the ego somehow, you know, when you don't want to do something, you're so tired, but you just go, you don't, and from this going and comes this surrendering, yeah, and this is actually what I realized. You surrender to whatever comes to you, and you get to this softness, and you start to let go of things.
Yeah. Ow! Yeah. Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, job that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
This was nothing. Nothing. Try harder.
It was really interesting for me those last 6 months, and the conversation we had like about the crane. Like I didn't have this willpower to stand on this brick at first because there was so much pain, and then you told me like softness is maybe what will you make stand on this brick, and then I took it and softness through hardship. It doesn't matter how hard it is, if you bring softness into the training, into the behavior, into like through letting go, through accepting whatever comes, then you just flow, and even sometimes you have to struggle, like in the morning, I slept 4 hours and it's like, I have to wake up, but it's like, okay, you breathe and then you just go, and then the day starts, go meditation and breakfast, qigong, and then it's on. A friend of mine told me once, like, when you think you can't, that means you still can, because when you can't, you just can't. You know? And I find this really interesting, and so this softness also then brings in everyday life a different perspective, different things, how you take things, how your teacher tells you something and it's like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. Even if you know it's gonna hurt, even if something you don't like, even this polishing to get to this round, soft rock. And
Now I saw you. I was like, don't feel the pressure with the filming. Then I saw you on my car in the corner of my eye. I was like, ah, shit. Okay, we'll go back.
I was in Budapest, Switzerland, and I had done martial arts before, and I was questioning things and asking him, oh, why this, why that, but we could do this, and he got tired of it. And then once he came to me and it was like, please, in a very nice and gentle way, he said, when you come to my class, shut up and listen. And this sentence changed my life, because then I shut up and he also said, I have a plan for you. And I said, okay, he has a plan, let's see what the plan is. And then I trusted him. I couldn't shut up from one day to another, but I started asking less question and less question, less question. And I see where it took me in the end. And still in the back of my mind, I'm not critical, but I'm looking what's happening and if it's actually taking me somewhere or but every time, even, yes, so now I don't ask the question anymore. Like, you tell me something, I just, okay, take the weights off, okay, I take the weights off. Take the weights in, okay, I take the weights in. And because it improved my movement, my kung fu, my everything. So at a certain point, when you see something works, you just don't question it, you just go for it. Yeah, the school definitely took me to go over my limits, to my limits and over my limits in all aspects, whether it's training or the living. Like for me, the loft is like an incubator, you know? It's 10 years of life in 1 year, through the people you're with, through training and through, because you have the training, which is hard. Like, so this is one thing, so you get tired, things come out, and then you have to deal with people that are different than you are, many different nationalities, different ways to do things. Of course, their way of doing is gonna run into yours, and at the beginning it was super hard for me. It's a crazy place for me, like how it teaches you life through the living and also through the training. Everything is it's like a package, you know. You live here and train here and you cannot escape it, whether you want it or not. You're gonna have to be confronted to yourself. Like, people are mirroring yourself all the time. And I like what you said once, if you see the ego in the others, that means your ego right now is just pulling out, and this is so true, so true.
Hell yeah, I'm brand new, smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live. I gotta do it big. I gotta do it big. I gotta do it big. Gotta do it big, that's the only way to live.
But yeah, I mean, it always comes to a certain point where it's too much, and what are you gonna do, you know? You just keep going. As long as the body holds, then you just keep going, and the more you ask questions, the more you're like, oh, I wanna break, the harder it is, and the more you just go, and then the easier it becomes, because every time you let go, then you surrender a bit more, and then sometimes you want to cry. Sometimes you cry. But then you wake up the next morning and you keep going. And you realize you can keep going. This is the thing, this is the interesting thing. It's like your mind's like, oh, what are you doing? You're so tired. Also the body, but you go and you get warm. And sometimes you get crazy motivated. It's sometimes the line is super thin sometimes between, oh, I don't want to train, and it's just my ego, and then behind it, no, you keep going, you know, so you can see what's behind. Many times I was like, oh man, I don't want to train. And then I was like, okay, no, you go. And then I went, and it was okay, it was nice, and I learned something, and I learned that even I really didn't want to train because I was so tired, because it was like 10 o'clock, 10:30, and I still went. I was like, oh, okay, no, it works. But like the mind mostly is like, don't do it. don't do it. I like the love like now. It's really it's a big family out supporting each other, and no, it's super nice and inspiring each other. And I like it when I'm tired and I see someone. I see Nico going crazy on the stepper, and I'm like, yeah, okay, now I go. And I like this way, because then you also someone comes to you, it makes you feel bad, like, yo, you don't train enough, you don't. This is not motivating. But then you watch the other, and it's like, okay, I will keep. They're doing it. Also, sometimes you just want to let go, and okay, no, they're doing it. I keep doing it. Like those night trainings, you know, sometimes when you just, oh, I cannot, and then you look at the others going into their things. Maybe they're also struggling, but they're still doing it, and so like, okay, no, I go back into, and then I keep going. So I'm leaving soon to school. High time. I'm gonna be sad. Yeah, it's weird. Last 2 years here, but even the years before in Switzerland, I'm just committed to training, and I'm a bit scared of how I'm gonna handle training in the outside world. Because I want to keep training and like balancing the daily life and training and starting small groups, private, yeah, teaching and training. This is the plan, actually. I don't know. It was the best 2 years of my life. And thank you, thanks Steve, for everything. It was. Now I'm gonna cry. Now I'm getting emotional. No, this brought me so much. And yeah, that's it.
I gotta do it big, that's the only way to live. I gotta do it big, I gotta do it big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way to live, come on.